I'll hit record now, by the way. We might as well
Did
carry
we
on.
talk about the Beijing thing? You what, sorry?
Well, I'll hit record. We might as well carry on.
Might as well carry on.
All right. What episode is it?
Episode 15, dude. And I already knew it was episode 15.
Episode 15. My lucky number.
All right. What's been going on? Even though we've just had a conversation and we weren't recording it.
Man, not a lot. Strange. I hate when it's nice weather. It's the worst for this.
It's less strange, though, isn't it?
Less strange, yeah, less strange. It is less strange.
Yeah, it is tough when it's nice weather to... Well, anything's tough. If you're doing something you don't want to be doing.
Yeah.
If you're not enjoying the nice weather, then nice weather's crap, isn't it?
True that. I think we spoke about this before, but I start getting a little bit busier now as we're starting to come out of lockdown, so... trying to actually fit things in again. But
yeah,
massive learning curve, dude. This whole lockdown thing, I'm way more chilled now than I was, and it's been. And again, we've spoke about this loads, but I think hopefully people have had the same sort of time to process things and re-look at what you're doing with your life without getting too deep and just be more chill. Dude, I'm so chilled at the moment.
Forest fire, you're chilled.
I'm so chilled.
It's good. I think it's probably been good for lots of people.
Actually,
probably been bad for lots of people as well. But
yes,
equally, out of bad things come good.
Yes.
I actually meant to tell you I was on a ride the other day, just like a cross country ride, with a friend, and I bumped into 3 different people who I'd never met who were podcast fans. How cool is that?
Really? What podcast did they listen to? It won't have been this one. What they like?
Yeah, no, they listened to Rogan.
That's more like it.
No, I honestly, 3 different Hook It podcast fans.
That's cool.
Yeah, rad.
Wow, man.
All asking me about the snake and about this and that. Oh, I've got a little bit, not an update on the snake, but upstairs, they don't know about the snake missing. And upstairs has got indoor rabbits, and they've just had babies. So I'm like,
no.
Show me, and I got to show me a picture of the rabbits, and they're like exactly like snake food size. But I think we're safe. We're all good.
Yeah, I reckon. Fine. I think it should have reared its head by now.
Yeah.
Or
you were
would
going to
it?
say ugly then, weren't you? You were going to say reared its ugly head, weren't you? And it's not ugly. It's not ugly.
I was going to say ugly. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what snakes do. I don't know, but you'd think at some point it'd come out and want some food or something.
Yeah.
How long's it been anyway? Because you told the story 3 months ago.
Long time ago. Okay. I like to imagine her free in the wild, not in the floorboards.
Yeah. I think so.
I think so.
Raining terror on the local area.
Yeah, killing all the birds. That's what we want. Yeah. But yeah, how crazy is that? 3 different people just happened to come across them. Every person we saw was a Hook It podcast fan. So
yeah. So your celebrity status is considerably higher over the last 3 months.
Yeah, no, yours is, dude.
Definitely isn't. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I was actually going to look at the stats then, actually, because I don't really share the numbers at all with people on here, but
yeah,
we've over the last 3 months definitely had way over 500,000 downloads on these episodes.
Wow, wicked.
Which is really cool, isn't it?
Really good, yeah.
So, and the YouTubes have been pretty... it's growing. It's such a funny thing. I can't get my head around that at all. I find it hilarious. Because, I was thinking about it the other day, because there's a few podcasts I listen to sort of religiously, and I don't really watch them on YouTube ever. So I was like, I wonder if I find this podcast on YouTube, how well it's doing. And there's one, a guy called Mike Catherwood, who's he used to be called Sicko Mike, I think. You know Jason Ellis?
Yeah.
He's got his own podcast. And it's amazing. I listen to it on iTunes all the time. And then I found it on YouTube and it had got like 50 views. And I was like, oh, that makes me feel a little bit better. It's not so bad.
Yeah, YouTube's tough. I don't understand though, because some podcasts get really, really big views and they're still long form conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you're going to hit lower views because it's like, what do we go for? An hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes?
Yeah,
you're not going to get people sitting and watching you just like, watching us talk.
I think if it's a really, really high, like really good quality production, then definitely. I mean, Rogan's a good example, and it's a good. It's so well shot, and camera's moving all the time, and all that sort of stuff. But
I never really watch them, but it does add something when you see a guest. It's quite. I think podcasting as a medium is just what I like about it so much is that it is just audio, and you can carry on doing something else, and you just have these people talking and chatting, and Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
so cool as well. I think especially over the last few months, how many new mountain bike ones have popped up, and almost it was making me laugh the other day because I went on Pink Bike, and there was like 3 podcasts, and there was a time not that long ago, 2 years ago, when there would be 0. And mine might creep on there once and it'd get like 2 or 3 comments. And now it feels like there's a bit of momentum behind the whole thing, which I think is amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I think people have been trying to do different stuff, haven't they? It's good.
It's just a shame we're so far behind everybody else. Like every other industry is probably way ahead of what we're doing in mountain biking with podcasts. That's my that's my personal opinion. You know, there's all the big sort of, I don't know, like surf ones and all that sort of stuff. They're not gonna get not on the front page of big surf websites. That makes sense.
Yeah, interesting. I don't really follow any sport ones. I really only follow educational ones, or like mainly comedians, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, which brings me on to a topic. Oh man, I've lost a friend, dude.
I know.
That's the funny thing about podcasting. You feel like you know. Well, you do know people. I think you do.
Totally.
I think you like. Yeah, I think it's hard to hide actually someone's personality, and when you're listening along, you kind of do feel like you know someone. And obviously, I'm a big Chris D'Elia fan, and he has just been cancelled hard.
He has, hasn't he? He has.
Big. And I don't know. You don't know what to say. It's just awful.
It is. Dude, and when I heard, and man, I mean,
because you're not much of a fan, are you?
Not a massive Chris D'Elia fan. I like him. I just find some of his stuff, just for me, a little bit annoying. And a bit braggadocious, but I like that side of it as well. I think it's cool that they always brag about money and all that. I think it's quite funny if you're into that sort of humour.
I think of it as comedy, not as an actual reflection. But I don't know.
But either way, all this shit.
People who don't know who he is, he's a comedian who I was a big fan of. He's had a podcast for ages, and he's had some brilliant podcasts in the past as well. Like the 10-minute podcast was one of my favourite ever podcasts.
Yeah.
And it was just like an improv. It's just funny people improvising these stupid, it's silly stuff, which is sometimes what you like. It's like, I guess it's like trash. It's a bit trashy podcasting, isn't it, in a way?
Yeah,
but easy to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like easy, funny.
Were they 10 minutes, or is it just called the 10-minute podcast?
No, it used to be 10 minutes, and it used to be Will Sasso, Brian Callen, and Chris D'Elia.
Okay.
So that's how I got into Chris D'Elia years ago, and they were just 10-minute slots, and they would just. Dude, some of them would just be 10 minutes of them being horrible to each other. Some of them would be like bits.
Yeah.
But they're all improvisational and like, I don't know, I really liked it because those guys are so naturally funny. It's so funny to like listen to them just like bounce off each other these stupid ideas. You could never tell where it was going to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Chris D'Elia has recently not really come under fire. Really, it feels like ended his career. Like I can't see a way out personally. Where he's been sliding into the DMs of some very young girls. I'm not gonna lie, I am gutted about it because I felt like he was an interesting guy. I felt like he made it, the positives of him were that he made it okay to be a bit weird, and a bit different, and he didn't, he was just it was okay to be old and silly, and it was okay to like not be the same as everyone else, to be weird and also be cool. He represented a load of good things, and then this coming out is just like, oh, you're a turd. Like,
yeah. And it's like with the whole cancel culture and stuff now, it's very difficult to come back from this. Almost impossible, isn't it? I think
it shines a really gnarly light on like, for instance, I think the company I hold hold them in high regard. So the friends I associate with and hang out with, I know they're all good people, and actually it's like a cut-off point. If you know someone's not a good person, you sort of don't make as much of an effort with them,
Yeah.
And then and all of these other people, including fucking our man Rogan,
Yeah.
He's very good friends with Chris D'Elia.
Very.
So this has been going on.
And I
swear, if I was friends with a creep, I feel like I would know, but I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that whole group's taken a bit of a hit as well, really. I mean, with stuff with Ari,
big time,
after Kobe Bryant was killed, and Ari did.
I've never been a fan of.
I'm not really a fan of Ari at all, but it's, he's in that group. I'd say he's in that clique of D'Elia, Ari, and Bert, and all those guys. So it's really sad, to see it happen. And not, but is it sad, or does he just deserve it?
Well, what's difficult is your judgment's clouded, because what mine is certainly, because I'm like all I've been listening to is some American comedian's podcast for years. I don't know him. I feel like I know him. So it feels like you're losing a friend. It's unreal. Totally. It feels like one of my mates has done. And it's so out of character. This character that I've built up in my head, it's clearly not the character that he actually is.
Yeah.
It just makes you think like, fuck.
I know. And I think as well, like we were saying through text, it must be such a strange life. And I'm not condoning what he's done, messaging people and stuff, but that lifestyle of travel, comedy club, hotel, drink, friends, it's a very, very strange strange existence, that.
It is,
very strange. And not many people will be able to experience that. And doesn't condone messaging underage girls. 100% doesn't, but just a strange thing. Just lonely hotel rooms, probably a lot.
Exactly, lonely hotel rooms, huge amounts of success, and really, when you're on stage commanding a room, it must be a certain sense of power that you get, and like that just fucks people, even the best people. Like I considered him such a cool person, and he clearly is not. But I at the same time, I feel bad for anyone who falls from grace, but it's a long way to fall, isn't it? You know, he's like knocking. When I first started listening to his podcast, he was like an act that would open for other bigger comedians. You know, like Callan. For instance, he was like an opening act for Callan, and like you just see him like rise to this. This comedian has been on numerous sort of big TV shows as an actor. So he's become quite famous now, and he's got like over 2 million followers or something. He's like a Hollywood guy now. And now it's just all gone.
Yeah.
Like
I know.
Like, how do you come back from it? You can't, like, Netflix aren't going to be like, we'll put your special up again. They're just not gonna. Why would they?
Have they taken that down? Do you know? Probably have.
I don't know if they've taken it down. I mean, to be honest, he's not actually been convicted of anything, and it is all allegations. But there's just too many, man.
There's a lot in there. I've seen I read through the thread on Twitter of the girl with his email address and everything. That's tough to come back from that, isn't it? And then I don't know what's going on with some of the other guys too, because I've been trying to figure it out. But like Joey Diaz has come under threat quite a bit.
Yes.
He's come under a little bit, and I love Joey Diaz, and I love how honest he is and how he'll openly talk about certain bad things he's done in his life. But this culture of coming after people, good because he's. Man, I'm so torn. I don't even know how to explain it. He's sort of like, it's good that they're outing people for doing bad things. Yeah, there's not really a but to that, is there? It's good that they're doing that. But the but is how gnarly it is on social media, and how it's everybody jumps on that bandwagon then of saying horrible things. And I mean, if you read like
amplifier, because everyone's done bad things in their past, and then it could just amplify them. I mean, I've certainly never. I would say I've got nothing that could come up that you could really like jump on like that. So I can't really relate to it. But people do bad things and they come back from it and they become better. Whereas social media won't. It's just black and white. You just see the bad things, and then you're just like, oh, he's a bad guy. And I mean, if there's no question, he is clearly a bad guy. Like this isn't.
Yeah, people change as well. I mean, that's the thing. Again, it's bad what he's done, but going all the way back through someone's Twitter, which they do all the time with, presidential candidates and all that sort of stuff, go all the way back through and be like, look at this he said in 2011. And it's like, it's 2011. It's 9 years ago. Like, a lot's changed. I've changed. Does that make you a bad person now?
Yeah, it's difficult,
Very
isn't
strange.
it? I mean, I mean, the going back thing is very difficult, and especially with a comedian, because they say things on purpose to be out there and on purpose exaggerate bad things, and like that's part of being a comedian, isn't it?
And that was Ari's thing, right? Or whenever something bad happened, he'd always say something really gnarly, almost for shock effect.
Yeah.
And it probably is sort of polishing his own ego and building his own profile a little bit, but that's what he did. That is, it's not everyone's humour. It's not my humour at all. But the one with Kobe really, really hit a nerve with many people, right? And
dude, I didn't like him before, and then when that came out, I was just like, see ya.
But he's been pretty much gone since then. I must have, because he disappeared, went and lived somewhere else. Yeah.
I think if you've got any, it always blows me away that these things happen to people in like in like these positions, because I just think like, dude, if you've got you have responsibility, don't you? If you've got any kind of following, just like don't do certain things. It's not that hard to like not do certain things. I don't think anyway.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure there's loads of things that. No, I can't even. I don't know. Just fucking be good. Don't be a turd.
Yeah.
And if there's the motivator is you live this fantastic life. Like, why would you?
Why would you
up
sort of
doing,
jeopardize it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is, isn't it? It's life, unfortunately.
Strange. It is life. It is life.
And I'm sad you've lost your friend. I'm sad you've lost your friend.
That way, man.
Dude, I'm with you 100%. This podcast I listen to where you feel so close to people. And if Joe Rogan went now, I would genuinely be upset. Because I'd be like, well, I listen to him every day. Like, I hear his voice more than most of my family and friends.
Yeah.
Like, I've learnt a lot from that guy. My life is where it is now because of probably certain things he said.
Definitely, yeah.
So
and definitely, yeah, undoubtedly, like just it can be the smallest thing as well, can't it? Well, it's just the same as like growing up on Sesame Street or growing up on anything. Like when you're, I don't know, like certain things, like he's certainly influenced, like without sounding like too much of a lame fanboy, but he's certainly made it okay to be super interested in all kinds of stuff that I maybe wouldn't have been vocal about being interested in before. Like it's cool to research stuff, be into it, and understand it, and maybe I've got that from him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
maybe yeah.
But man, cancelled, dude. Sad day.
We're looking for a new what would you call it? One of them.
I don't know.
Can't remember. Yeah. One of them. Someone to look up to. We want a new one over here, please.
Podcast friends that I've never met. Hopefully, they don't have such horrible histories of behaviour.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So what else is going on, man? How was digging yesterday? Got a little bit of suntan going on.
Oh man. So I'm digging for a Dog's Life project that me and Brendan. Well, it's Brendan's Dog's Life project, obviously, but we're rebuilding the berm to berm. We've talked about it before on episodes. So we're over at Red Hill. And there is no shade in a giant field with no trees.
Nice.
And I got so burnt. I don't know if you can see. I've got like my crow's feet are bad enough anyway, but I've got like squinty eyes. I didn't have my sunglasses with me, so I was just baking.
Oh, not good.
When you get burnt, it makes you feel tired, doesn't it? I feel real tired and beat up today.
Dude, it does, 100%. It fucks you up, that. Nothing worse when your skin's tight and it's like cracking on your back.
And you lie in bed just like hot and bothered. Yeah, exactly. But it went well, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be very exciting. When you see what Bren and Nikki and Matt Rowe have created up there, you'll be amazed. It's so cool.
Really? Is it going to stay up there, do you think, or is it going to be
I think so. I think largely elements of it will. Maybe they'll be dulled down so a bit easier. Like, it's one of the hardest things to build, and it's. I think Bren's sort of recognised that as the project's gone on, and me. So if you're building dirt jumps, you'll know that a hip. I've built hips for years. It's very hard to get it exactly right. And when you build something, you normally build it, change it, ride it, build it, change it, ride it. Like, it takes ages.
Yeah.
Hips and berms, hard one to get right.
Tough,
this whole line is just hip berms.
Right.
So it's like the most complicated build ever. So it's
and big
difficult
stuff too. So it's hard to move it after because it's so big and
exactly. Yeah. But we've got these amazing machine drivers that have been like, it's so satisfying.
So Rowie is Rowie the BMX guy? Is that right?
Rowie. He's actually from up your way, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So
Matt Rowe used to have some trails called Village. Is it this guy?
Quite possibly. I actually don't know. Yeah, well, it will be. It 100% will be. But he's an amazing BMX rider, and he's moved, like a lot of people. Actually, he was ahead of the game. He moved to mountain bikes. Not moved to, but started riding mountain bikes probably before a lot of these new mountain bike BMX guys. But him as a rider, if you haven't checked out Matt Rowe, check him out on Instagram. He's got the coolest style, and a lot of the BMX riders that come to mountain biking just do BMX stuff on mountain bikes, plus a little cutty at the end, which is cool, and I love watching it.
Yeah.
But Rowie gets it. You see him hit a turn, he's just in love with mountain biking.
Amazing.
And speaking to him about bikes and stuff, he's just so into it.
Amazing. That's sick. I always get this guy, it might be somebody else confused. Did he break his back or get really hurt falling down a quarry?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I'll
I actually don't know.
find
I'm
out.
useless. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should really, as a co-host, Google it. But
No, it's fine. It probably isn't on there. But I always get him and somebody else confused. Someone called Matt has got some trails called Village. They're really, really good. Just off the...
Matt Priest, are you talking about?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Useless I am. But I'm a big fan of Rowan. I always love watching him ride. He's just like animated and so stylish. And yeah, it's wicked watching him.
Cool.
Yeah, he rides like a mountain biker and he gets it, Yeah. Like, I don't mean that in a weird way, but when you see like someone just doing jibby stuff on a mountain bike, it's wicked to watch and it's amazing riding, but it's not like, I kind of can't relate because I'd just do that on a jump bike. Yeah. If I was going to fiddle around, I'd do,
I feel you. I feel you. It's not for everybody. It's definitely a small percentage of people who like riding like that.
Wicked to watch, but it doesn't feel like a riding style that is something I want to emulate, but if I ride dirt jumps, I don't ride them on a downhill bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel.
So
I feel you.
Yeah, Rowy's rad to watch. So watching him in a machine is equally as impressive. That sounds really lame, but him and Nicky Wiles, watching them in a machine, they just move dirt perfectly. They don't mess up the ground. Watching me and Brendan in a machine is like the most painful thing you've ever seen. There's floods going on, dirt's all collapsing. Whereas he just moves everything perfectly. Like I watch, and it's like frustrating when you watch someone else do something normally. Yeah. You want to like do it a bit different. Yeah. He does it like better than I can imagine doing it myself. It's so cool. And he just makes these perfect lips all packed in. Oh, wow. It's wicked.
Wow. That's cool. Is that his background, do you know? Trail building or?
Yeah. Machine driver, yeah. Machine driver. And then same with Nicky Wiles. He's amazing in it's like a 360 tilt bucket.
Okay.
So all of the fest jumps, for instance, are built by Clemens Caldela and the big crew that they've got there. But watching those guys use a tilt bucket is just insane. Normally, when you build stuff with a machine, for me anyway, every jump I built with a machine, I've had to like do a large part of the shaping with a shovel. Whereas these guys just nail it. So cool.
That's sick. Amazing.
So yeah, up there.
Looking forward to seeing it, dude. Cool project.
Yeah, should be good.
Cool.
Should be good. Really cool. Yeah.
Is Brent still up there or?
No. We came back. We did a really long day amongst it, and then came back. And I think we got complaints about us being too close together and stuff, but we did actually definitely get complaints about us being too close together. Well, but we've been very strict about it, and it's easy to complain, but actually it is a job, and you're allowed to commute with someone else in a car, and it is, I think we've taken it seriously. Yeah. I think the complaints are like, it's cool to complain, and it's good to be complaining about the right thing, but I think we're good. Everything's lifting now anyway, isn't it? We're making an effort still. Yeah.
Which probably brings us on to our announcement, doesn't it?
We have an announcement.
The announcement. Cue music.
Dude, it'd be interesting. How much effort would it be to like? This is. I'm really stitching you up here.
Okay.
How much effort would it be to be the moment that you thought of the Freedom Ride, or we thought of the Freedom Ride, and then now it's actually a reality. Yeah. We're coming out of the pandemic. This is the day we've been waiting for since episode 1. We're on episode 15.
You mean like insert it as a clip?
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
Effort. Or just effort. Let's not do that. Forget that idea. But thinking back to that is crazy, isn't it?
It is. I remember we literally said once, like, wouldn't it be cool to do a bike ride at the end of this, and everyone will get together and hang out? And here we are. We finally got it. We got it in the calendar.
We've got a date.
What
date would be better than July the 4th, Independence Day?
Ho ho! I'm stoked, man. So, if anyone wants to get involved with Freedom Ride 2020, we're going to put a link in the show description. It is limited to 100 places because we need to abide by some sort of social distancing as well, right? Called 2 meter gaps. And link in show description. 100 people only. 4th of July 2020. Rogate Bike Park. There we go. That's the announcement. I guess that's the announcement. We'd love to do it for more people, but 100 is probably all we can do, isn't it, right now, if we try and abide by certain rules.
Yes.
So yeah, stoked, excited, man.
Maybe wicked, and potentially we're still working on it, but we're going to try and obviously we'd love to make it like a crazy big event, but obviously the social distancing guidelines are still in place. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get the Focus demo truck so people can have a ride on some e-bikes potentially.
Sick.
Bomb some laps on e-bikes. That'd be cool.
Yeah, would be cool.
And there's like a deck up the top. The Focus truck's really cool.
Really,
actually.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, really cool. So hopefully we'll have that there.
Yeah.
Might look into some coffee. Might look into see if DMR want to come down, sell some cool stuff.
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see.
We can do that. Yeah, it is going to be a bit strange. Don't get me wrong, because we like you said, it'd be awesome to just have like food stuff going on and coffee, but we need to be relatively smart about it. But yeah.
So it's like freedom, but it's like limited freedom.
Yeah, it's just a dom in free.
Like it's just a dom ride.
It's just dom.
That sounds bad.
Does sound bad.
Sounds
bad. So yeah,
no,
there we go.
Good.
I'm stoked, man. I'm really excited. Genuinely, I'm excited to come down, ride that bike park personally, meet some people.
Hell yeah.
You know, do some socially distanced hugging and bowing and
bowing, loads of bowing,
air knuckles and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be fun.
It'd be wicked. We have a day amongst it in the sun. It's going to be fantastic. I'd say sun because I'm pretty sure it's going to be sunny, but who knows? Might be in the rain.
Yes, and if it is, so be it.
Sun is freedom, but also rain is freedom.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Mate,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited,
I wonder
man.
out of our guests who we can get to come. We've got to invite all of them, so even Spikeball Chris needs an invite, you know?
Dude, we can set up some Spikeball up there too.
Such a good idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've got 2 Spikeball kits. I've got one, you got one. Some listeners, everyone who listens has got one. So, I
actually have been sent some Spikeball videos, people using their Spikeball kits. Well good.
I've seen a few as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll set up some Spikeball and just hang out for the day. Just do some runs, bomb some laps, get some photos.
And we're awaiting an announcement as well, Davey. And this announcement may come in time, but maybe even pubs will be open in some form on that date. We'll see.
Yeah,
Don't want to promise anything. Don't want to put pressure on Bozza because imagine his job's not that fun at the minute. But
it would be cool if anyone, maybe just bring some snacks and stuff and just hang out after. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just chill. We'll figure it out.
Brilliant.
So
Freedom Ride is happening 4th of July.
4th of July. Link in the show description. Link. Blah 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 blah. You'll figure it out.
And big thanks to people at Rogate Bike Park to being open to it.
Dude, how cool is Sam?
Sam's the man, isn't he?
Sam's a hero, isn't he? Real cool that he has basically kept an entire day free for us to do this. That's really, really, really generous. I didn't think he'd have done that. I thought, you can just have a few places in the thing. So
yeah,
full
not
day.
Only that, he's built an entire bike park for us
in anticipation of this.
I tell you what, the building is one aspect, but the actually making it legal aspect is so much of a pain, and I can't imagine how many hours of boring meetings Sam has had to go through. I can imagine a small amount because of our own bike park, the SV Trails, which was like 8 years of meetings. I think Sam's probably done the same.
Does that fall under the same thing?
It does indeed.
It does.
Yeah, so when you sign up for this, you'll get a membership to the B1KE parks, which include Tidworth,
Rogate,
what's it called?
S4P,
Rogate, SP, and the one near Bristol on the way to Bristol that I can't remember.
Yeah.
How can I not remember? I can tell you why I can't remember because the last time I went there, I concussed myself, but it's a fantastic bike park all the same.
Yeah, I'm just finding it now, mate. It'd be good to give them a sheet. It's is it Milford?
Milford is S4P.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, of course it is. Tidworth.
Tidworth is relisted. It's the other one.
Windhill.
Here
we go.
Fantastic bike park.
Windhill Bike Park. I remember that place. They used to have 4-cross races there. Back in the day.
All of them are quite similar. They're like little hills. They're proper south of England style bike parks.
Yeah.
Small hills, loads of runs, loads of action, jumps, berms, that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun.
So maybe if people are coming from up north, you can take a bit of a trip round maybe. If other stuff's open, book onto those.
Why are you, man?
Whatever. Or just...
That'd be a good day. I'm really looking forward to it, dude.
I am, actually. I really am. Genuinely, I'm excited.
Maybe we'll get the dad cam out. Maybe the dad cam will make an appearance. Who knows?
Ooh.
That is the dad cam.
Look at her. She's a beauty, isn't she? She is a stunner.
Beautiful camera, beautiful.
She is a stunner. Yeah. Maybe I might bring my GoPro too. I'll get the old GoPro 5. Oof.
Yes, dude.
Flexing.
Yes.
Flexing.
Killing it.
Definitely not YouTube with a GoPro 5. But
If we
might bring
were
it
good
anyway.
enough, we'd do one live from there. If we were good enough at stuff, we would do like one live from there. But we're 100% probably not going to do that. But if we were good enough, we could.
We could.
Yeah.
I don't know how we can make that happen.
Hey, I know. Let's record an intro. Let's record an intro on the dad cam in person, 2 meters apart, or maybe 1 meter apart, depending on what the guidelines are.
Yeah.
And that can be the start of the video.
That's cool. Good idea. All right, we'll do that. Okay.
On top of the Focus truck.
Yes.
Oh, this sounds the dream.
Oh, mate.
If the Focus truck comes. Who knows?
There's a lot of ifs and buts, but we are doing it.
Yeah, there are. As always.
There'll just be 100 people stood in the field like, this is badly organised.
Oh, no,
No, it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick.
I've got another topic, and it's a huge shout out, and it was a brilliant, can we call it prank? But the website. I have a website now, and I didn't know who did the website, but it was actually Maurice Mo from Focus Bikes. He set me up a website.
And it's really good.
And it's really good. Yeah, so I owe him loads of beers, Weiss beer.
That's so cool.
Yeah, a big prost to Mo.
Yeah, amazing.
Man.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. I've got a website now.
Yeah,
I don't have control over it, so he could really put me under for this, but
it's so like bless him. That's really, really sick that he did that. Setting you up a whole website. And it was better when we finally told you than it would have been the week before when he was like, oh, mention this, and I got all starstruck. Danny Mac, oh my god. I totally forgot about it. Same as all of the dope or notes and topics was just like, we forgot about it. And then, that's cool, man. It's really sick that he did that.
What a guy, eh?
Yeah,
it's rad riding for like a company where, like, Focus is so sick because all of them are bike riders and all of them are like, they're such cool people.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know, it's the dream riding for a bike company filled with these cool people that I get on with genuinely as well. I'm not pretending they're the best. So look forward to going over there and hanging out with them always.
Rad.
If only we could fly them over for the Freedom Ride.
If only.
Das Freedom Ride. Then it would be Das Freedom Ride and it'd be international.
Oh, it would, yeah. An international event. We put it on the poster. Freedom Ride International.
Yeah,
there you go.
Not bad.
There you go. Freedom Ride. Mate, I'm stoked. Yeah,
it's happening.
I know.
It's happening.
Who'd have thought? Who'd
have thought?
It's been a long journey, hasn't it? I know we might be doing another one of these. Hopefully we do. We do another one at least. But it's been a long time, man. When you really think back to... Like, I keep looking at my spike ball kicks. It's here on the floor, and I'm like, fuck, that was like episode 1 when that came up.
Yeah.
And then Spike Ball Chris came on episode 2.
What a guy.
Should really get it out of the box, shouldn't I, for episode 15? But it's just not been safe. So hopefully get it out of the box this week.
Get it out of the box at Rogate.
Yeah, do a bit of practicing.
Yeah. Yeah, too right, yeah. It's worth doing that actually, isn't it?
Worth
doing that. Do you know
not heard anything about World Champs, by the way, at all. I don't know if I got
cancelled. The invite hasn't come through the post.
No.
It's hard to plan anything in it right now still. Can't fly over there.
Nah. We'll see.
Dude, we were doomed from the start. I can't play spike ball, I can't run.
Yeah, that's true. We wouldn't have made the best team, but we'll see. If it comes up, we take a road trip or something.
Hey, maybe we'll be the best team at Rogate. We'll see.
Maybe. Probably won't, but we'll see.
Probably won't. Yeah, we shall see.
But I know the CEO, so you've got to be pretty cool, pretty good at it.
Yeah, too right. Yeah. So something I was going to talk about was actually a suggestion loads for guests.
Ooh.
So I remember ages ago. So I do remember these suggestions and these people getting in touch. Daniel Ricciardo was a suggestion that we should get on the podcast, and it would have been lovely. But he's obviously super, super big time. But he is signed for McLaren, which is down the road from me.
Right. I was just hoping you were going to say you've got in touch with him.
No, imagine. But if McLaren's down the road from me, surely he's a bike rider. He loves riding bikes. He's going to be around this way riding bikes, dude.
Freedom Ride.
Imagine he's over here testing.
Yeah.
That's not a jet ski. That's Formula One. All right, I'll do a Formula One noise. It's better.
God, it's good, eh? Really good in the old headphones. 8D.
Was it? Yeah, it's 8D. Yeah. So imagine that, dude.
That would be really cool if we could It's worth a shot. It's always worth a go, man, to try and get hold of him. There's what I've noticed in my life is it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? And it's and there will be a degree of separation to him in that factory.
How many people? Yeah.
We'll find a way. If we don't, or we'll just send you down there.
Dude, he's testing 10 minutes away. If he brings his bike, he's riding in these hills.
Yeah.
I want to ride with Ricardo, imagine.
Just go out and just ride more with him. Like, just ride out locally and just see if you can find him. He's got to be out there somewhere.
Lando Norris as well is on his team, who also rides, apparently.
Right.
So that's like the McLaren team is bikers. Sick. Who also seem to ride Formula 1 cars, drive Formula 1 cars very quick. You don't really ride a Formula 1 car, do you?
No. Wow. Okay. Well, let's try and find a degree of separation to Daniel. I've already got an idea of someone I know who might know someone.
All right.
So
I'll slide in the DMs. Who knows?
You never know, man. Do you get preferential DM treatment if you got a blue tick, do you think?
Who knows? I think with companies, if I slid into companies' DMs, maybe they'd pay attention. But who knows?
Yeah.
I imagine his is... Imagine how crazy their social media are. They probably don't even do it, do they?
No.
They probably don't even run it.
It's something I actually wanted to ask Danny Mac, and it slipped my mind. Like, what it's like having that, at your fingertips. Like,
what's Danny on? How many?
1.5 million when I looked last.
Is he? Think how many people that is. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It is so many people. Like 1.5 million people at your fingertips. Like, literally at your fingertips. You can say anything and do anything.
It's funny. Do you remember when you're younger, people would get your phone and then prank you and do Facebook status updates?
Yeah.
Like really bad ones.
Yeah.
I've got genital warts or whatever. Yeah. I remember that was like a thing at one point.
Yeah.
Like imagine you did that with 1.5 million people.
Yeah, shit would pop off. I remember someone doing that to a friend of mine in our house that we lived in who he's been on the podcast a few times. Ty Woofenden is a speedway rider, world champion now, and at the time he was pretty big time. And I didn't. A friend of mine, what's he called? Facebook raped him and just put something like I'm gay or something on his athlete page, and it was like shit hit the fan doing bad. It was not cool.
Yeah,
not cool at all. But
no,
Facebook raping, Imagine if, we were talking before about being a celebrity and blah, blah, blah. Imagine if someone found something on your Facebook from all those years ago and you were like, honestly, it was a Facebook rape. Like, someone just did it and you got cancel cultured.
God.
Or you got Me Too.
I really dread to think.
Yeah.
What start? Yeah. Oh, goodness, it's scary.
It
Might
is
have to go through some bloody... Go back to 2005.
Just in case.
I think I was always late to the party on all forms of social media. So
yeah, really?
Yeah, always really late to the party.
Okay, I was pretty stoked on the new nickname that I gave you the other day. I like a good pun and stuff, and A Waldub really.
Actually, yeah, that's solid.
Tickled me. That it actually tickled me. I was like, that's really funny for me.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's decent. It'd make a good butt patch for the Supercross.
A Waldub.
You're
watching Supercross?
Yeah. Have I been watching Supercross?
The lights has been good, hasn't it?
Lights has been good. It's over now, though. Have you watched the final round? It's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bit of an anticlimax, I feel like, for the final round, because all three championships came down to that race.
Yeah.
And it could have been fireworks, but unfortunately it didn't quite pop off. But Eli just held it down, didn't he? He just held it down. Just smart racing.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's funny, at different years I've got way more into the 250 class or the 450 class. Like I remember when pro circuit was so dominant.
Yeah.
In the it was like pro circuit versus Geico, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember what season. I'm a bit
like with Barsha when he was on
fan.
Geico and Dean was on Monster at pro circuit, and that was some good battling back then, right?
Yeah,
really
and I feel
good.
Like now we've got good battles now as
well.
Yeah,
Definitely. No, it's been good. It's been a good. It's weird series, but I'm not mad at having Supercross twice a week. It's been sick.
No, not bad.
Super good. Wednesdays and Sundays. It's been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens now. I don't know if they go straight to the outdoors or not. I'm not sure. I think they'll be kind of weird.
Why not?
They'd be weird. Just no fans racing around fields.
Really, it is still weird.
Gets quite primitive of like, this is what it is. It's just bikes going round a field with no fans there.
Yeah, but Supercross is still weird, isn't it? I don't watch it and think of it as a normal race. Like, it's still weird not having the crowd. I love it when you're watching the leader and you just hear,
Yeah.
and the cameras switch and it's like a battle going on for fifth or whatever. It's so cool.
It's good, isn't it? Have you caught any of the football that's going on with where they're inserting crowd noise?
No.
So strange, man. So strange because there's nobody there, but they're putting crowd noise over the top. It's just weird. It makes it even weirder.
Dude, you should edit in. Can you edit in some laughs into this episode? See if it makes it funnier.
Yeah, I should do that. Hey. Laughter track all the way through it.
Yeah. Oh, do you know? Talking of dubbing in sound, have you ever thought about on a nature documentary where they're on like crazy zoom lenses, looking at an animal that makes very little sound? Have you ever thought about actually there is no sound going on and there's someone in a sound booth making like ASMR noises for insect legs? It kind of ruins nature documentaries a little bit. Yeah,
fair point that. Yeah, because there is no sound.
No.
I've never thought about it before.
No, and you get like surround sound with Planet Earth. So when a bee lands, it's like...
Someone's doing it.
Yeah.
Don't know why I clap my hands, but yeah, someone's... Oh, wow, yeah. Wow.
That reminds me of that Eddie Masters... Was it Eddie Masters and Thingy edit where they made the sound?
I can't remember that.
Do you remember that? I think it was The Sound of Speed. Let me find it.
What an idiot.
Dave McMillan and Eddie Masters.
No, I don't remember that. Eddie, I forgot we had Eddie on here. I was just going to say, Eddie would be a good guest, and I was like, oh yeah, he came on.
Killed it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was. It was Sound of Speed, Red Bull, and it was those two messing around. Like, they've added the sound for
amazing.
And they've done it in so many... It's really, really good.
That's
definitely
classic.
worth a watch, that one.
Eddie's done some good shit in his time, hasn't he? He's done like he's done like that. Do you remember that
fat bike one?
I don't know if I'm thinking the something of enduro. Yeah, something like that.
Mate, he's just brilliant, isn't he? What personality? Shit, we should do we should do best guest.
Ooh, we should.
Yeah,
we should do best guest. Yeah, we should do best guest, actually, shouldn't we? We can do it through a poll or something.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Good.
We can do a best guest. Yeah, why?
Because actually, when you list them, it'd be a hell of a lineup, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yeah.
Best guest.
We got Claire Wilkins in there. We got Danny Mack in there. Eddie Masters.
The old Bren dog.
Yeah.
With his merch. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll do a best guest. Yeah, we'll do a guest of the lockdown. We could call it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come up with something a little bit better than that, but yeah, try and come up with something. So my idea was.
Yeah.
While we're on this subject, people have loved that we've been doing this. I feel like just stopping would be weird, but you're going to be really busy at some point and stuff. So here's my idea. Gully kind of screwed this idea up a little bit because he's got his thing called Gulliver's Travels. But Oliver's Travels, a monthly episode, would be kind of fun. Wherever you are, we just catch up. Whether you're in Mexico, Surrey, we just catch up.
Sounds like a plan.
Oliver's Travels. I don't want to steal Gully's thing. Maybe we come up with something else, but Oliver's Travels, episode 1 could be kind of cool.
Copied
off
Jeff.
Yeah, off Jeff. when we were chatting, because I've been thinking of that idea for quite a long time, actually. Yeah. And he said it, and I was like,
Damn.
Gulliver.
Mate, I'm into it. We got to carry on. I've thoroughly enjoyed these in more ways than, just hanging out with you has been wicked throughout the whole pandemic. And and I've enjoyed just sitting down talking shit, really. It's good.
It has been good. I'm really glad, you're open to the idea when I hit you with it all that time ago.
It's an effort for me. You always talk
like it's an effort for me. I'm very mindful of people's time and sort of, I don't know, I just am. I'm mindful of the time and the effort that does go into sitting there and talking shit.
Well, I tell you what, Davey, I've thoroughly enjoyed every episode, and I appreciate even considering me as a co-host.
Thank you. Well, you're welcome. Appreciate it.
It's been a great honour.
Appreciate it.
Throughout this pandemic.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. I know we're not ending right now, but it has. Every episode has been an absolute blast. I look forward to sitting and talking to you on a Tuesday.
Yeah, 2, right. Yeah,
So-
we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going, dude.
I feel like something like that, like a monthly thing. Like if you're in the UK, I come down, we hang out,
Is this like...
chat about where you've been, what you're up to.
You've
promote
thought
stuff.
about this, so like once a month is sort of the max that you can really sort of cope with hanging out with me. I think that's fair.
Yeah, we could do bi-monthly. I wouldn't be, opposed to that. We could do annually. I mean, it would be great.
All right, done, dude. We got a podcast. We got a podcast on our hands.
Okay, Oliver's Travels. I like it. We can talk about everything. Like obviously, start like we do. We can take some questions. We can do like promote an event that's coming up that you're working on, or
dude, we don't have
new
to worry
bikes,
about it.
anything.
In a period of time where nearly nothing has been going on, we've managed to find something to talk about every week. So I think if we go monthly, we're going to have plenty to talk about, especially when the world restarts.
That is very true. Yeah, I can see the old Ricola t-shirt behind you, which is super sick.
Yeah. I wanted to actually. I haven't hung it up properly. I was going to put it up there. Giant thanks to what was it?
Aberdare
MTB. Yeah, they made me a throwback Ricola t-shirt, which is a reference. If you haven't heard the episode where I talk about being bullied for having different coloured eyes, heterochromia. So now I can rep it.
It's a cool t-shirt.
Now, man, I got a t-shirt, dude. Yeah, and it's great quality as well.
Nice quality t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Available for all custom t-shirts, I believe too. His wife makes them at home.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Do you know? It really reminds me of So Sam Reynolds. Okay, so during the Supercross season, historically at the John Pound, we've had our own private mini bike track.
Yeah.
So we used to every round of the Supercross, we would have a round of our mini bike racing.
So good.
So we have fake teams.
Yeah.
So I'm part of Lucky Strike Casper Honda. My mini bike alias is Brown Sugar, and I'm on a team with Sidewinder, Seb Yates.
Right.
Like, dude, I can reel off so many names of people. They're all pro riders, and they go by mini bike aliases. And to my point, Sam Reynolds rides in a Brazilian. Actually, no, Sam Reynolds is the Resurrector. That's his mini bike racing name.
Right.
But when he goes freestyle,
yeah,
he has a Brazil shirt and a Brazil helmet that he bought, and his freestyle mini bike name is Captain Brazil.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it really reminds me of the Captain Brazil race kit, so I'm pumped with it.
I like it, man. It came out perfect. Good effort from that guy. And he's, one of those dudes that I've become quite friendly with over the years through this.
Wicked.
Never met.
If he makes it to the Freedom Ride, that'd be rad.
It would be cool, man. I think Aberdare's a long way up. I think that's up Scotland way.
Is it, hey?
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe Danny Mac can pit him up.
From the mountains to the tiny hills. But you never know.
You never
might
know,
be
mate.
up for a road trip.
You never know.
Who knows?
Never
Big
know.
thanks to him, though, man.
Yeah, it's good, man. People have been doing nice things for us, mate. Nice things.
They have. It's good, isn't it? Very nice. Very nice indeed. What nice people we have in mountain biking, eh? From the guests to the people that listen to the people that you and I ride with.
Yeah.
It's good.
Very true. Very, very true. Yeah, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. God, I can't stop thinking about Freedom Ride. I'm just like, yes, finally get to do this thing.
Gonna be good, dude. Gonna be good.
Yeah,
Do you reckon we can get Jobo down? Will he be up for it?
No, he's in Sweden.
There we go.
Yeah, he's in Sweden, mate. I believe he took the trip over there. Which is so strange because you go from here where it's pretty much a lockdown and then he's posting photos where he's walking around the street and just going to coffee shops and just acting normal.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
beautiful
Sweden's, I'm really interested in this. We talked about it obviously early on, but like the stats that are going to come out of this are going to be super interesting, like how each country dealt with it differently. And
what were you about to say earlier when I didn't let you speak because I wanted to say something really important about, is it Bangkok? Were you going to say? Beijing. Yeah.
Yeah, Beijing's had a second wave, huh?
Have they? Right.
Yeah, let me look it up because I'm a co-host. Beijing have had a second wave of coronavirus, and I was interested in how they're dealing with it, really.
Yeah.
In Beijing, it looked like coronavirus was gone. Now we're living with a second wave. And they managed to pinpoint exactly where that second wave started from. Oh, man, it sucks. I mean, this is it's not nice to look at negative things. No. It's worth considering what every single other country has gone through just ahead of us. So it
Right.
says here, just as Beijing looked poised to claim victory over the coronavirus, a 52-year-old man. Oh shit! I've got sound coming on. Sorry, so many ads. A 52-year-old man with fever and chills showed how the pandemic can come back roaring back from apparent obscurity. The patient had shopped for meat and fish at a wholesale market in southern Beijing 8 days before testing positive on June 11th. His infection marked the Chinese capital's first reported COVID-19 case in 55 days.
Wow.
It scuppered hopes that months of physical distancing, meticulous testing, and quarantining had driven the pathogen to extinction in the city of over 20 million. So yeah, it is always at risk, and it is worth considering. These guidelines are no joke, and they're worth. I know we're making light of the situation now, obviously, because we've got a bit of light in the tunnel and a bit of positivity, but actually, it's still sketchy, and we could still easily be put into the second season, and I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope we just move on to Oliver's travels, and we no longer have to have this backdrop necessarily. But
yeah. Wow, that is scary to think. It is very, very scary to think. And is that what they class as second wave? Just that one guy?
So I guess if they've, there's no herd immunity at this stage
because everyone's out. Oh, right. Okay.
We're still living in a post-lockdown era.
Mm.
So there's still people that haven't had it that could have it.
Right.
This is why all these travel restrictions and stuff are in place, because it's that easy. You just get one person flies on a plane over into a big city, one person multiplies. The way that I never knew anything about a pandemic. The way it goes on a graph is just exponentially more horrific.
That dude who was on Rogan was really interesting. It's called Brett Weinstein. Did you listen to that one? That was good.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
He was talking about the pandemic and the virus, like someone who can actually break down what a virus is and how it. And his main argument was that it came from a factory, or you wouldn't call it a factory. It's not a virus factory. Good God. I'm going to take some heat for that one.
Factory.
I'm going to take some heat for that one for sure. From somewhere
they
there.
Closed those down lately.
Yeah,
they
shut with coal works and coal mines. Basically, it was made in a lab. That's what I was trying to say. That was his argument. But anyway, let's get off the coronavirus talk. People listen to this for a break from it. So
yeah, you're right. Do you remember in the first episodes we'd sort of like hit on it every week, I guess, because not much else was going on, but it was like I was quite on top of it at one stage, and now it just seems way more wishy-washy. But it's good to consider these things, this Beijing thing. I know it's boring, I know it's dull, and I sound like a really boring old guy, but it is good to look at what's going on. Crazy if you don't look at what's out there, I think.
True. You know what I watched today, which is really cool?
Go on.
Ryan Nyquist's new edit, and it just made me think about how long he's been doing this for. Ryan Nyquist made a new edit, and it's called 40 for 41. And if anyone hasn't seen it, 40/41.
I haven't seen it.
Go watch
Wicked.
it. Go watch
Big
it. It came out on the 3rd of June. What is quite weird is the actual edit itself has only got 3,500 views, but the behind the scenes edit has got 150,000. That's YouTube for you. But yeah, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But dude, so cool, and it just got me thinking back to like those days. Like I used to play Dave Mirra BMX 1.
Yeah.
Remember that Greenville, blah blah blah, with Sublime playing. That's where that Sublime song like sticks in my brain that Zeb covered, and just how long he's been doing it for. I mean, I guess that edit means he's 41 years of age. I guess he's just got a sick back garden, jump, but how.
Dude, the life he's led and the character he is,
crazy.
It's so great that there's these people out there. I love meeting them, and I actually, talking of like legends like that. Well, I'm going riding with Warner tomorrow, which is so exciting because he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that's just had a life of just the craziest stories, and I just love hanging out with those people. They've had a full lifetime of just craziness,
For sure, 100%. So
Ryan Nyquist. Yeah, he's 41, and is he 41?
He must be. I think that's why the edits. I guess he's 41
or 40 anyway.
He's going to be up there.
He has a thing on his social media that's called Fart Fridays.
Classic.
I mean, what 41-year-old is doing bar spin backflips and doing fart Fridays on their social media? That is a good 41-year-old.
For sure. Multiple X Games gold medals. And then he's transitioned into mountain biking for a bit.
Amazing.
How'd he go at that? He came on the podcast a few years ago.
Yeah,
he was
I remember.
Fucking cool, man. So cool.
Yeah.
The nicest guy. And then, we stayed in touch, but not for a little while, but the nicest guy.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? What are you up to tomorrow? Anything exciting? Or
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm riding with Warner tomorrow. Very excited. I'm doing just a photo shoot for MBUK.
Cool.
And we'll be with Warner and also a legend of another type, Steve Bear, who's photographer, and kind of certainly in British mountain biking, a super important figure. Like he was like MBUK when MBUK was at its highest point, and Steve was just every article. He's travelled around. He's got another person that's just got stories for days. Yeah. Always love hanging out with Steve. And also, he gave me my first article in MBUK.
Really?
So I'm forever grateful for that, because he saw a scrawny dirt jump rat and decided I was worth covering. So Steve's the man. He also Rue Fowler, one of my great friends, did work experience with Steve Bear.
Really?
And now Rue Fowler has a career in photography. So I just think people like that are just cool, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Like when you find that, like, people who've stood the test of time, they're there for a reason, I think.
Yeah.
And he's one of them.
Good blokes. Solid dude.
Yeah, so I'm well excited about that. I'm filming on Friday as well.
Okay.
For an edit for Stands, No Tubes.
Cool.
So, yeah, things are starting to
tech
kick off
edit
again.
or an actual riding edit?
No tech edit. I'm not the best for tech edits. It's actually going to be riding, which I always enjoy.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Man,
you still,
it's
like, how hyped do you still get for that? So, like, tomorrow you're going riding with Warner. Do you still get that, like, oh, fuck, I'm going riding, like, with Warner? That's really cool. Yeah.
Big time.
Cool.
I mean, a lot of it for me is just hanging out with a dude, because he's just so, like, he would have been a brilliant guest, and he will be a brilliant guest when we get him on. Like, he's just such character. He's got stories. I've never heard him repeat a story, and he can literally, if you just plug in for stories, he's got stories for days, and they're all the most insane stories. And you hang out with a guy, and you can see why, like, just mayhem occurs around him. So
he would be a good guest, man. He would be a good guest.
He'd be fantastic. He's very busy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's very busy, but we'll get him on. I'll speak to him tomorrow about it.
Yeah,
speak to him tomorrow.
See what we can.
But yeah, the thought of just riding with Warner itself is just insane. Just
still shreds
grew
up
watching
too,
video.
Right?
Yeah, big time.
Still
like
rips.
He's one of those guys. He's like, you forget, because he's a character. You think like, oh, he's just a personality or whatever.
Yeah.
Funny story, actually, when he first did Freecaster, they booked him because he was he had done some. What's the Red Bull?
Oh yeah, they did some
freestyle motocross.
Yeah, in the bull ring. What are they called now? Yeah, there is. If
He did
anyone
that.
should know, it's probably me, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah. But he did that, and then the co-commentator, I can't remember who it was, but there was a co-commentator, didn't realise that they thought he was just a commentator.
Right.
So they talked about it, and then they were like, "Whoa, he seems to know a lot of stats." And it's like, yeah, he's won a World Cup, dude. Like, Warner was like, yeah, I think that's the story. I probably butchered it, but yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Super funny. So yeah, look forward to that.
Nice.
I'm always hyped for anything. Do you know what, dude? The cool thing about biking is I'm still so hyped for it, regardless of who it's with, every day.
Right. Does it
What a
fluctuate
gift.
with the weather? Are you ever a bit
man.
like bummed out about going riding in the rain?
No, I'm trying to think of when I'd be bummed out. It's like a photo shoot in the rain, but I'm only bummed out because it's like a missed opportunity. It's like, it could have been an even better photo shoot. I still really enjoy it.
And I see you keep your bikes in the house,
don't
which
enjoy
is that a problem?
Yeah, it is very annoying.
Yeah, so
Very annoying indeed. But I didn't have an outside tap, so I got that Works Hydro Shot thing.
Yeah.
And that was just a game changer. Now the bikes are like semi-clean. You're looking behind me now, I know, and my bike's dirty. But
I was just curious because that can ruin my whole day if it starts raining and I'm just like, oh, because we have an outside tap, but it's a long story. It's round the back, and then you have to bring a wet bike upstairs and into the. Yeah.
You got your bikes indoors as well, huh?
Yeah, it's right here at the side of me. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Which is great because you know it's safe, and that's one thing I hate about this country. Is every time you think about getting something like a new bike or a motocross bike or a pit bike, or you're always thinking, I hope, like, it's got to be safe, because if you get something nice, I feel like more so in this country than any other country in the world, someone wants to steal it off you.
Yeah,
and you have to really lock stuff down, right? So it's nice knowing that bikes are in the house, especially this, like, mine, because it's not mine. And it'd be the worst conversation ever if you're like, yeah, that bike's not here anymore. That would be the worst. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked that it's in here, but it does cause a bit of an issue at the same time when it's not nice weather. And
no doubt.
Dragging it upstairs and covered in mud.
It does suck, doesn't it? It does suck. But, I mean, my house is a tip anyway, so I'm probably all right.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just good, man. Still hyped. Like I said, weather does put me off a little bit. So I am a bit of a fair weather rider. Yeah, I am a bit of a fair weather rider.
Enjoying the summer, no doubt.
Yeah, I was bad for that in my old moto days. If it started raining, I'd be like, yeah, leave the bike in the van. Fuck it.
Oh, moto's an operation though, isn't it?
Big
Clean
time.
up.
Like
I could never get hyped on it. It's just so much work, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, full base cleaning is not the one at all. Not at all.
No, it's not, is it?
We had a few. I did throw a few things up actually on the old Instagram. Should we see if anything came through that's of interest?
Mate, why not? Let's do it. Let's
have a quick look what we've got going on. A quick what we got. Dope or note, maybe?
Yeah, why not, dude? Why not? We've not really kept up too well with them.
I feel so bad, but doing it on Instagram was really fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's addictive just going through them.
Yeah.
You can just do quick, like nope or dope. It's like your instant reaction of it.
You've
probably got some good figures there. Yeah.
Oh, they were good figures. Yeah, very, very good engagement.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Oh,
I
it's
meant just
stunning.
like stats, what people think is dope and nope. You get a good breakdown. But,
yeah, we can probably sell that, that sort of data to bike companies and be like,
exactly.
Let me have it. I'll tell you if it's dope or nope or not. You let me know what you're bringing out, and I'll tell you whether to do it or not.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Thank you very much. Dave Vola, S4P, dope or nope, Z50 punctures.
Oh my goodness!
What happened? There's a backstory.
This is Dave Vala, and he's a Z50 enthusiast. As you can see, I am a Z50 enthusiast. As you can see, this is looking very nice nowadays.
She is.
The pandemic's been good to my Z50. Okay, so a Z50 is a split rim design, and it takes, I think, 24 bolts to undo to change the puncture in a back wheel. 24, and they're all like all of those. Most of those 24 involve 2 spanners or 2 sockets. So I would say the biggest nope ever for a Z50 rear puncture.
But easy to do because you're not messing around with inner tube and, or not.
Hard to do because everything is rusted and encrusted with dirt and chain oil and, mate, it is the worst. And if you pinch an inner tube, because you can pinch it with a split rim, if you pinch like a tube, it's like a wheelbarrow tube, so it has to have the 90-degree valve thing on, otherwise you're in a world of trouble.
Wow.
Probably my bike probably doesn't even have 90s on it. No, it does. We're up to date, but it is a really, really painful experience. So yeah, that's a huge note. That's maybe one of the hugest nopes in all of our dope or nopes. Big thanks to DV. He's the man. So Dave is actually was Bren's mechanic when he was on Specialized Monster Energy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he's also known as Monster Dave.
Monster Dave.
Yes, he's a big Monster Energy fan. He's also known... He has many, many nicknames.
Really?
I actually saw him only earlier today. Yes.
A lot of nicknames down south, I'm finding.
A lot of nicknames. DV just sent my big step up the other day.
That's the next thing. He asked about pandemic builds. That step up looks fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it's rad, isn't it? DV sent it only... Was it yesterday or the day before? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but it takes balls to send something that big, and he did it. He's a dad of 2 wonderful daughters, and I can only imagine sat up the top of a run-in with bellends like myself and Brendan and thinking, I don't know if I want to hang out with these guys. And he dropped in, got it perfect.
Is that step up in the middle of a line, or is it just a step up on its own to play on?
It is at the end of a line that I built during the pandemic. Yeah, yeah. So it's wicked though. It's pretty big. I'm a bit worried. Not going to lie, because people, I don't necessarily like. Dave's like an incredible rider, and all the people that have hit it, they're all like. So you can get really, really good bike riders, but someone who's ridden jumps loads is a different thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot of my friends have ridden loads and loads, years and years and years of dirt jumps, so they're just safe in the air. And I always worry about these people who are flat out quick on enduro bikes. And, you know, they have good jumping skills, but it's different when you're hitting a steep jump. You've got to really know what's going on, especially at speed. You know, it's a bit of a like...
Yeah. It's a big jump.
What to do. You know? Yeah, and it's a big jump. And, Dave killed it. Also... Yeah, I'm doing like shout outs to the people who've hit the step up. I got sent a few videos actually. It's quite funny, just on Instagram of just people I don't know hitting it. So that's quite cool as well. But largely, it's all these like gangsters who've ridden trails for ages. Adam Dayson, he hit it the other day. He was probably like one of the first people to hit it. And again, like, dude, Dayson. Yeah, shout out to Dayson for hitting the step up. He's had a hip replacement.
Has he?
Think how old we are, dude.
How old's Adam? Then? How old's Adam? Adam's a filmmaker, right?
I mean, old in like damage to body, but Adam's like the same age as me, or maybe a year younger. But he's had a hip replacement, hasn't ridden any jumps for like nearly a year.
Right.
And he just sent it first time, perfect. It was wicked actually. Yeah, load of shouldn't be a surprise. They're all killers. I forget all the people I ride with. Really, I'm blessed.
Yeah, you are in a bit of a bubble, aren't you, with like really good riders?
Yeah, big time. Yeah. Yeah, big time. So,
it's alright. You get to ride with a wobbler like me soon.
And I look forward to
all of our listeners.
Step up, don't you worry. Mate, you'll love it up Rogate. You'll love it. I'm sure you're not a wobbler either. We've never ridden together, eh?
No, never, dude. Well, not that we knew about. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, we have, and you already beat me. So fuck you. Well, I'm right. We're gonna step up, you prick.
All right, what else we got? Tom Long 04 cans, dope or nope.
Super dope. Love
dope.
A can, 2 foot or 1 foot. Can't go wrong with a can.
Yeah, same. I'm with you.
Can you?
Hey.
You get it? Because I said can, yeah.
So there's an image that comes to brain in my mind when I think of a can, which is a really old photo of Edgar. Do you remember Edgar Torrenteras?
I very much do, yes.
Do you follow him on Instagram?
He's pretty crazy, yeah.
It's pretty wild. Have you seen him on Instagram when he's DJing? Good follow on Instagram.
Yes.
Looks like he's absolutely...
Yeah.
He isn't, but it looks like he's off his tits listening to really heavy hardcore music and loving it.
I think you're not far off exactly right there. Yeah,
he's having a whale of a time.
always seemingly. Man, have you ever been to a Master Dirt show?
No, I don't think I have actually. No, but I've seen him live, like beatboxing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like one of the big parts of the act is Edgar goes up and he does this like beatbox routine.
Go on, give it a go.
So
You've
funny.
got this.
He does it, and he puts the microphone up to his neck.
Yeah. Boots and caps.
And then he and then he obviously drops the beat, and then he also does a helicopter. And it goes around the crowd, and he does it like with the microphone. He goes like, it's so good. Yeah. They're good shows. If you ever get a chance to go to one of them, if they come to a city near you, head to the Master Dirt shows. That's right, Georgie Factor. Get the tickets from Georgie Factor. That's right, masterdirt.com.
Free plug. Didn't charge for that one.
Yeah, there you go. No,
didn't charge. Same guy, Tom Long, 04. Goggles with open face helmets. This one comes up a lot. This is a divider in the mountain bike community.
Yeah. So since the invention of the Melon Alley cap,
it's nice glasses.
Why would you need the goggles? And why do I need to say more?
And shout out to those guys actually while we're doing this, because they're legit nice guys. I don't know who it is, but I speak to those guys a lot through Instagram. Yeah. They've been like super generous and like, oh, can I? They wanted to send some stuff, and I'm like, it's kind of a bit, because I do my sunglasses stuff, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like really, really sound guys. They've shared every episode, and they just seem like really legit nice people.
I went riding with Ash the other day.
Oh, is he UK based?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, he actually floats all over the place. He's one of those guys, like sort of international guys. Lives in Bali a bit, does a bit here, bit there.
Yeah.
But we went riding the other day. It was wicked. Good to catch up. I think all of the best companies in biking are in like mountain biking are like made of riders. Because I think otherwise it just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't translate. So all of the ones that you think, oh man, that company's cool, it's because it's just a group of cool people, I guess, isn't it?
Definitely. And did Melon start out in snow as well, and then they've ventured into mountain bike, or am I wrong?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. I should probably know the history, but yeah. I think you're right.
Cool company, cool goggles, really kind to us.
time.
They did a giveaway, so yeah, much respect to people like that.
A good analogy of the companies that not analogy, I don't know, an example of where it just doesn't work because you just don't get it. Up Pease Lake ages ago. So if you've ever been to Pease Lake, there's Pease Lake Village stalls, and Trudy's in there selling food. So some kids, some Tarquin rich boys set up. They thought, there's a lot of mountain bikers up here. Daddy, we want to tap into it. And they tried to take away the business from Trudy, who effortlessly has all of our business with her pork and leek slices. And
it's like a post office, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. So it's a by accident.
Opposite Pedal and Spoke.
It's one of the things, exactly. One of the things that when you go up Pease Lake in the Surrey Hills, you go to Trudy, you see Trudy, you get a pork and leek slice from it. It's like one of those things you have to do. Anyway, these are Tarquin rich boys. Neither of them rode, but they were just like, yeah, we can make a pretty penny off these stupid mountain bikers, and they set up this horrible, soulless 3x3 easy up with TVs, and they thought they were going to start selling all the food, and they just got instantly rejected. And Trudy won.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. It's just like a natural. Yeah, it's just like a natural selection, isn't it? I guess
it is definitely.
And who comes out on top? Trudy.
Yes, and pork and leek slices.
Big up Trudy, man. I don't know if you watch the or listen to the podcast, but Trudy's a fantastic person, wonderful, positive human.
Yeah, I frequented that cafe twice.
Lovely, isn't it?
Lovely.
I'm sure Trudy always welcomed you.
Yeah, always welcomed me. Yep.
Lovely lady.
Yep, she is a lovely one.
Isn't she just?
Brad Taylor 121. Is it breakfast, lunch, dinner, or breakfast, dinner, tea?
Ooh, well, I'm southerner, so it's going to be a different. I'd do breakfast, lunch, dinner. I didn't even know breakfast, dinner, tea was a thing. Do you have dinner at lunch?
God, this is confusing, isn't it? I go breakfast, lunch, dinner, but I feel like most people up north go breakfast, dinner, tea.
Do they? I mean, I've never even heard. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I think so.
So, do you want to come over for tea? I would have thought you meant for literally a cup of tea.
Yeah. If I said it, that's what I'd mean as well. I'd say dinner.
Yeah. No, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's dope or not, but I think it's just fucking dope as a question, dude.
That's a good question. How is it dope?
I just think our differences should be celebrated, man.
Dear.
Fantastic. Yeah, you got tea, we got dinner, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know what this means. So Papa John S4P, Bobby Valentino. Dope or no? I don't know what that means.
Oh man, I can't really. Well, but actually, yeah, we can talk about it. Okay. One of my friends was. I'm not going to name him. Definitely not going to name him. But he was. He looked into. Never did. Let me let you know. He never actually went through with it. But he looked into male escort services, and his alias was going to be Bobby Valentino because the money you can make, man.
Money.
Taking out old, lonely women.
Money.
And I've got to say, I've got no problem with it. But, I'm never going to be someone who pays for sex or pays for company.
It's nice to know.
It's not my thing.
Okay.
But I understand it's a trade, and I think it should be legal. I think it should be controlled and legal. There's my standpoint on prostitution. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to be any part of that industry, but I think it should go on. People are lonely, and if you're willing to put yourself out there and bang them, then power to you. Anyway, he signed up under his alias, Bobby Valentino, just out of interest to find out how much money you could make, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, especially if you're a decent-looking dude. Oh, you probably don't even have to be. Just our dude.
And that he is.
Oh, he is.
He's a smoke show.
That narrows it down with your friends.
Yeah, it does indeed, yeah. He was going to put himself out there. So it was I think it was $300 just to go to dinner. And then anything after hours, that's what an escort service, that's how they get around it. Anything after hours is negotiable between the clients. So you could go by the book and just do dinner. Obviously, they're not going to return and go for more dinners with you, but maybe they will. I think a lot of it Dude, I think it's sad. I think a lot of people can't necessarily meet people or they don't have the self-confidence, and I think it's got to offer something. You know, going out for dinner with a young strapping lad.
Yeah, definitely.
You pay for it if you're a lonely lady with a bit of money. Why not?
Why not? I'm with you, totally. Why not?
I want to again clarify. I'm never going to pay for sexual intercourse.
In quotations, Olly Wilkins.
Yeah,
2020.
There's my views on prostitution. I think it's fine.
For all the people that have tuned in 15 episodes, waiting to hear your stance, we finally had it out of him.
Mate, what do you think about it? Think of these poor girls on the street that have chosen this profession.
Maybe not chosen. Maybe not chosen.
Maybe not chosen as well, but equally, if there was some sort of like, if it's legal, you can control it, and that's how it should be. So then there's testing, then there's protocol.
Yeah.
I don't know if my views here are way off. I might get cancelled.
Nah, I think I'm with you.
I think
it's like anything.
Dude, I think why would
like drugs.
why would you leave these like vulnerable people in the streets to be taken advantage of, creepy people, when it could all be everyone's made accountable for?
Yeah. Rogan always says it, doesn't he? About like, well, you can have a massage, but you can't.
Mate, yeah, it's true, isn't it? It's not far off, is it?
No. There you go. All right.
There you go. Legalise prostitution.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Merch on that.
Oh dear. After you. You can do that one first.
Gracious me. No, that's yours, dude.
What else?
Podcast.
Go on.
Bring back fingering. Bring back prostitution.
Bring back fingering. I love that.
Bring back brothels. The Hook It Brothel. That'd be a good one. The Hook It Brothel. The lockdown companion. Not a bad shout.
Decent. Yeah. Decent.
Dial a dude. Hook It Podcast. Dial a dude.
Dial a dude. Dial a dude. Yeah.
Bobby Valentino. Let's make a fictional character. Bobby Valentino.
Okay. Bobby Valentino. We could do a Bobby Valentino tea.
Mate, I'll do a design for you. If
me?
you want it.
I think you need it.
No, we'll do it. We're trying to palm it off on each other.
I don't want
It's
it.
the Bobby
You have
Valentino.
it.
Bobby Valentino tea, dial a dude, and then just a strapping guy with a six-pack. Lonely ladies, Bobby Valentino.
I like it. With like a tux on, but then riding shorts and pads.
Yeah, not bad.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right.
Dial a dude.
Dial a dude. Bring it on. All right. Okay, these are just like random things because we haven't had long to do it, so we've got some random stuff. Because I just threw it up there real quick. Cereal. Is it a soup or not a soup? What the fuck? Ricky Ricardo.
Think about it though. That's in a way genius, isn't it? Is it a soup? Is it a breakfast soup?
Cereal is more soupy, especially as you get towards the end. It isn't more of a soup.
I'm going to start calling it a soup. I quite like that.
Breakfast soup. And it sounds posh if you say to your friends, do you want to come round for some... Oh, I've made a lovely breakfast soup. And you rock up.
Cheerios.
Yeah, really excited, and it's just a bowl of Cheerios that you've left out for an hour.
I guess really it is a soup, isn't it?
Yeah. Cheerios with a bit of bread, a bit of crusty loaf and a bowl of Cheerios.
What's his standpoint on gazpacho? Have we talked about that before?
Don't know what it is.
Cold, is it Spanish or Italian soup? It's like a savoury cold soup.
What's my stance on it?
I really like it, yeah.
I don't think I've ever had it. My stance on it is like all food. I love it. I love food.
Yeah, it's
really.
good,
I love food. Really good show on Netflix. If you've not seen it, I don't know if you spoke about it before. Somebody Feed Phil. Really good show.
Oh, is it? Yeah. I thought
really
you were going to say Chef's Table. I found that very
decent.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I've watched that one. I have seen that one. I think. Yeah, I think so.
I really like food, and equally, I don't care about food, which is quite a confusing.
You see, my girlfriend's like that. Not that you're my girlfriend. But she's just not bothered at all. Like if I said to Emma, if I was like, beans on toast tonight, and just did it for a month, she would never say anything. She'd not be like, I'm a bit sick of beans on toast. She'd be like, yeah, cool, whatever. Whereas I'm like,
mate, she'd
do
brilliant in prison, man. She'd do brilliant in prison.
She would do brilliant in prison. Yeah, she would.
Like, yes, gruel again. Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good thought, mate. She would be good in prison. She would. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, soup. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess technically, it's a breakfast soup. It is a breakfast soup.
I'm going to start calling it a breakfast soup from now on, man.
Breakfast soup. Thank God, what we got going on now? Who would win in a fight? Deeks versus Chuck Norris. Ooh.
I mean, I've never fought Chuck Norris, but let me tell you, I've fought Deaconator a number of times, and I've got a 0-win record. There's literally not even a glimmer of hope for me when fighting Deaconator. Chuck Norris, I don't actually know. I think of him as like a movie star. I think Deeks has actually got more. Chuck Norris was he a decorated fighter as well?
Just gonna say yeah. I feel like he is.
Dude, I'm going to really mess up, but I think of all those guys as kind of like dancers. They're not real fighters, and they're very, very talented at what they do, but like Kung Fu isn't really very good in a street fight, is it?
No, it's not. No,
so
whereas I think like Deeks has got it. I reckon Deeks has got that one.
I think he has. He's just got those big, horrible hands.
Yeah.
And he's got all these annoying pressure points.
He has got dick fingers, hasn't he? He has got big hands.
Yeah, big sausage. He's a sausage farmer, isn't he?
Yeah.
And and they just wrap perfectly around your neck, and there's nothing you can do. I've been thrown around the room like an empty crisp packet on a number of occasions. No homo by Deaconator. And
not paid for, can we just say?
Not paid for, yeah. That's all not paid for. I wouldn't pay for that. Would not pay for that. Yeah, I've got Deeks, dude. I'm backing Deeks.
Okay. I got to admit, mate, I've started watching Might Rides with Deeks, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm sorry, I've only watched part 1.
It didn't grab you.
I've only watched part 1.
The ads will stay there waiting.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I will watch it. I started watching it earlier, but then didn't finish it.
It's tough when I go for rides with friends because it just literally ends up a conversation just like this, you know? It's like, but a 10-minute one, so we just talk shit for 10 minutes. But
Might Rides is doing good, man. I've seen. It's doing good.
Thanks,
Unboxing,
man.
Killing it as well. Rogate Bike Park, doing well.
Yeah, the unboxing always goes down well on YouTube, doesn't it, man?
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? I was all about transparency. I was all about transparency with my YouTube.
People are thinking, where is this fucking jet ski?
Yeah, well, no, we've got enough money for the jet ski now off merch. We've got it, because I don't want to spend too much. We've made £500.
Yeah, got a closet full of tees. I want to see a jet ski.
No, I've got to buy it. The pressure's on, man. But I've been looking. I just need the right one.
Yeah.
Bear with me. I will get a jet ski. I just need the right one. I don't want to spend loads.
Did that idea come from doing this? I can't remember now. Did it? Or is it a bit... No, the jet ski thing was there, wasn't it? The premise.
Yeah, the premise was basically we're in Rampage, and I think it was extra funny in Rampage because they just think, you know, North Americans think of us as complete idiots, and they kind of think, look at these cute English guys. They think jet skis are. I'm going to stop talking an American accent, but they kind of think that we think of jet skis as super big deal. I don't really. If I'm going to be honest, I don't really even want a jet ski. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get up the stairs into your house.
It is. I think of it as just a great representation of freedom and of success and of wealth.
Yeah.
Excessive wealth. So, and that's, you know, I want to put it out there. Okay. I want to get a jet ski, man. Okay, so
maybe hold off.
Revenue on YouTube, dude.
Yeah.
In the last 28 days, we have made $120 on YouTube.
Jeez. That's
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can see how it's a hustle. I mean,
mate, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like that, you can see how that is a hustle to make a living off it. Yeah. If that's what you wanted to do, it's not going to be easy, is it?
I mean, even if you want to put an extra O on that, I mean, even that it's still a lot of work for $120.
Yeah.
But if you put an extra O on that, you'd start thinking, I'm going to start doing free bike challenges.
Yeah. True.
The pressure would be on, though, wouldn't it? You'd feel like you have to do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely. Wow, that's
so
interesting. 28 days.
Yeah.
And you really kicked in the YouTube thing like 3 months ago, right? Because before that, there wasn't really much going on. So
no, nothing. Yeah, yeah. So just to
interesting.
Just so you can understand that in terms of like, so that revenue is based off 9,000 hours of watch time.
Jesus.
So
someone's getting a bargain. It's not you.
It's mad, isn't it? It is mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually been super interesting learning all about this. I find this stuff really. I don't know if anyone else does, but you know, I've got a small YouTube following and I don't put out many videos. But you can see how quickly it would get to a point where, as soon as it's £1,000 a month, you'd start being a bit more motivated by it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely. Isn't it funny as well when you see, I remember earlier in these episodes we were talking about how athletes were trying to stay relevant and all that sort of stuff, and it seems to have totally flattened out. And I haven't got an example, and I wouldn't say the name anyway, but like who I'm thinking of, but there was a lot of hustle going on. And this video and this Instagram live and all this stuff going on and a podcast, and it's just gone. It seems to have just gone back to how it almost was before.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm going to keep it going. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude,
whatever,
sure.
And also I'm not like pretending and ever on any of my YouTube videos. It's just what is going on anyway.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge effort for me on my part. I just have to bring along this stupid little camera, film a couple of my mates.
Yeah.
Film my face a tiny bit. We're good.
So for people that keep asking, the G-Wagon isn't purchased through YouTube income.
No, don't worry. I've got that all set aside for the jet ski. I'm buying the jet ski, okay? I just don't want to spend loads, man, because it's going to sink.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend loads. Okay, here's another idea I had. Actually, no, I'll keep that idea secret for another episode. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Preparing. I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
Preparing for the next one. Gavin2508 coming in with a question. So, Deeks has got a saddle and Bren's got pedals and grips. When's Olly's signature DMR product coming out?
It's a funny story about my signature DMR product. I've already had a signature DMR product. I've been doing it.
Still available, everybody. Link in the description.
Still available, man. It's still got a So when I was younger, I had a set of forks. We talked about this before in the podcast. We probably have, haven't we? But anyway, to answer this particular listener, I had a set of signature rigid forks at exactly the same moment that I got sponsored unfortunately by a suspension company. So these forks turned up. I never even rode them. I did some graphic design for them, and they didn't sound very well. Rigid forks was a thing that came and went. People rode dirt jumps on rigid forks for years, and I could have made loads of money on my signature fork if I'd had it back when everyone was riding them. But then it just stopped. Everyone went to 26s, everyone went to suspension, and subsequently, poor DMR have been left with stock of these bloody forks for years. And they sold out. They used to have a turkey in the sales office every time an ODub fork sold. They'd do the turkey. And they thought they'd sold out. They thought they'd got rid of the last one. Unfortunately, in our warehouse in Taiwan, they found another 100, which is like 7 years of stock. So they're still in stock. They're still selling.
Classic.
Yeah.
If you could do a Siggy product, what would you do? Have you got any ideas?
Me, I'd always love to have a signature product. It's very strange for me because I'm still very much involved in the design process of DMR components.
Yeah.
So the thought of putting your own name on something, you
could just slide it in there so everything's got like
a
logo in it.
Mate, do you know when we release these products, the amount of work that goes in and the amount of files and folders and instructions that I have to send to our manufacturers is insane. So it would be a lot of me sort of putting my own logo on stuff, and it's just too much for me to do. So really, the hurdle that's in the way of me having a signature product is me. I just can't do it to myself. I can't do it. I don't have my head is big, but it's not that big.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Shameless self-promotion. One day, we'll see. Maybe we will. I've been with those guys for so long. We'll get a signature product, I'm sure. We'll get another one.
You got to, man.
Round 2, signature products. Hopefully better than round 1.
Yeah, hopefully. Will Cobbett 13 coming in with an actual good question. Childhood idols or role models, and how important were they to you? Ooh, go on, son.
Who are yours, or is it for me?
Whatever. I mean,
who are yours?
Who are mine? Childhood idols. Jeremy McGrath, 100%, number 1.
Yeah.
Dad.
The king. Dad, man, yeah.
Dad.
Shout out to the fathers out there. We just gone past the Father's Day, but
we did.
Dad, absolutely, yeah.
Shout out to my dad, 100% role model. If we're doing 3, which I'm struggling with, childhood role model. I'm struggling with 3. I don't want to say another moto guy, but Pastrana really shaped shit up for me, man, when I was younger. I was obsessed with that kid. Obsessed with him. So yeah, I'll say those 3. God, what an idiot.
Wicked. No, dude, I've got the same thing. I think my dad, first and foremost, he understood engines and everything that was going on. My mum as well, you know. I can't really say one without the other, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're just heroes, aren't they, your parents? They're amazing. But yeah, my dad definitely. I just remember going on bike rides with him, and he'd just push the hardest gears, and I'd just be watching, like, how are you going up the hill in a gear that hard? How are you that strong? How am I that weak? Obviously, Michael Jordan to me is the lifelong idol, and still is, and everything he represents is why, like I think it's super important that if you are in any way in any position that people look up to you, and everyone is. Everyone is. When you go riding with someone who's younger than you, whether you know it or not, you have a responsibility to put out good shit, not bad shit. And Michael Jordan just put out the best shit. Work ethic, everything.
Yeah.
Steez. A lot of people don't talk. Everyone talks about how much MJ won and how dominant he was and stuff like that. But actually, it's not even a thing that gets talked about in basketball.
Right.
But the style of a player and the style in
on
general,
and off
style's
court?
been lost in mountain biking. People don't talk about style in the right way anymore. They talk about
on and off. You mean his style off and on, like?
No, I mean his playing style.
Right, yeah.
As you know, I'm no fashion icon, brother.
As you know.
But Michael Jordan's style of play.
Okay.
How he shoots the ball, how he moves. He's to this day one of the most stylish players. You watch Kobe play. You can watch Kobe and MJ back to back. Kobe has practiced Michael Jordan moves over and over and over again, and he's done them in exactly the same way as I did when I was little, to the very stupidest things. So when you shoot, I used to have my fingers in the same position as MJ.
Right,
I'd pay attention to where the ball rolled off his fingers, like the style. Just Steez is like something that you can't like. You know when you see someone who's super, super stylish, and MJ is super stylish, and you see it in, like, there's not even, LeBron is not stylish.
No.
LeBron is dominant, an amazing player, but he plays horrible in a lot of ways.
Okay. I need to watch some basketball. I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to watch a basketball game. You tell me which one, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to watch one. I've never watched a basketball game in my life.
Mate, just watch The Last Dance.
I've seen it. But like a full game to try and figure out what it is all about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sit and watch an actual game.
When the lockdown's over and my brother's back playing, we'll go and watch my brother play. He
Sounds
plays.
good.
He's got a really cool style. He plays in like a European white shooter, they would call it.
Okay.
God, you don't want to get caught up in race things, but it is like a style of uncoined by. Oh God, look at how nervous I am. Basically, he's a guy who shoots a lot of 3-pointers.
Right. Yeah.
And that is a term that people use.
Okay. Like the guy who was on the Bulls. Cancelled. Steve, what's he called?
Steve Kerr. Yeah.
There you go.
John Stockton, but like it's a style of player. It's like a guy who's not necessarily in amongst the key and getting pushed around loads. His role in a team is to shoot threes. You know, so you've got these dangerous snipers, European snipers. You see them a lot in NBA as well, and they're just 3-point shooters, and they're less physical players maybe, but. We'll go and watch one of my brother's games.
Dude, I'm in. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, MJ Steez and work ethic. God, I could bang on about him for an entire episode.
Yeah. And you have. If we
I
added it all up, you have.
Oh, no. What else? In terms of, role models, I think, can come in all shapes and forms. We kind of touched on it a minute ago, but when I was younger, all of the older guys that helped me out and were riding, so we got like all the local heroes where I live, a lot of them were like, dude, I picked up on everything when I was younger. I was a real role model-y guy.
Right, yeah.
Everything, dude. All of the pro riders, obviously, but before the days of the internet, you could just only really like have local people around you as role models.
Yeah.
And I had these guys that were like, again, they had amazing styles. So it's like, it's going to make anyone who knows these people, it's going to make them laugh because I've now listed them in the same list as Michael Jordan. But honestly, we had people like Dave Farmer. He was an out-and-out racer around my way.
Okay.
He's now a bike shop owner.
Right.
Owns Surrey Hills Cycle Works.
Oh, really?
But he was like a out-and-out racer and all big into bike setup. So I really looked up to him in a lot of ways. And he used to take me to races, always helped me out, always had time for like younger kids. Harry Hodson always had the sickest bikes. He always had like black bikes and he always had the cool parts and he had a cool style on a bike. and he was a nutter. Anyone who knows Harry, he was like famous around our way for a fork exploding and going into his head.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah. But he was good, because at trails sometimes we get shit from like cool guys.
Yeah.
Because we were so young, and he would always stick up for us. He would also bully me, no end. I'm sure I've talked about it lots, but good kind of bullying.
Okay.
Like a finish that landing kind of bullying.
Motivating.
Yeah, exactly. But we had like BMXers that I'd look up to. We had like moto guys that I'd look up to. Rolly Brooks, he used to bomb along. And to be honest, largely my mates.
Right.
Been lucky enough to have just mates around me that are just so sick, you know.
Yeah, it must have been like, even with Bren, sort of growing up with Bren and watching that happen.
Yeah, dude. But Bren was
like super motivating.
Like, yeah, it's a weird one, because I think quite often I get caught in a trap of talking about Bren, and like, obviously he's like a massive part, but he was a younger kid at one point, you know.
Yeah.
We were the same age, but he was younger than me, so he was like. But there are people like Papa John from the John Pound. He was an older guy, and he could drive before I could drive.
Right.
And he was a sick. He was like, he had the sickest style, and I wanted to table like Papa John, or you know.
Yeah.
Or like DV. I remember DV, Dave Valle, who came up earlier. Yeah. I remember him at races, and just like him talking about lines and like his bike setup. I'd just be like, oh. I used to pay attention to everything. Like Brennan always talks about it as well. He's exactly the same as me in this.
Right.
He'd watch like Steve put on gloves. How stupid that sounds, Uncle Steve Pete. He'd watch how he puts on gloves.
Okay.
And the smallest things, and he'd just be like, pay attention to it.
Wow.
We're all proper role model-y guys.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's interesting, man. That's super cool, isn't it? That's super sick. Yeah, I think I was, sort of the same. I know I sort of just glossed over mine real quick, but yeah, the same. Just studying things like videos and all that sort of stuff. Just studying it, and also the fashion that comes out of that stuff, and the clothes that you wear, and how you carry yourself. And I think it's always weird when you think back about being at school and being one of those weird, to most people, that weird kid who wore the brands that no one had ever heard of, and all that sort of stuff. You know. Guarantee I was the only kid in school wearing like a Troy Lee Designs t-shirt at 15. Do you know what I mean? Or 14, 12, whatever it is. And I've always been like that. I've always like...
when the other episode I talked about like, I sound shitty when I talk about like geometry and trends and stuff like that, but I think people can't quite realise the level of obsession and the number of years. Yeah. Like I talk about how I hate some stuff and this and that, but it's only because I've been so into it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
so into all of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I watched Pagey push his bike to the top of the roll-in at the bike show in the NEC, and I watched the way he pushed it, and I was just like, how can I ever be that cool? And he's pushing his bike, you know?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I'm with you, 100%. I remember, I mean, the thing I sort of struggled with is what I was looking up to wasn't really available in the UK, which was pretty much Supercross.
Moto, yeah.
It wasn't really here. So when it came round once a year to Sheffield, it was just the weirdest kid ever, just stood there, probably just staring at people, not moving. Yeah, like you said, just watching mechanics twist a T-bar and being like, oh, and trying to, oh man, just such a creepy thing. But it's made me who I am. And
mechanics gloves.
Wanting
them?
Dude,
100%. Wanted them?
Wanted them. 20 quid, couldn't afford them. You know, they had a little light on the back, some of them. You just, it was unachievable to me. But
it's mad, isn't it?
So strange, man. But yeah, and here we are now.
But it's like, I think it's so cool. A lot of the best riders are like it as well, whether they know it or not. Like if you speak to Bernard about, Bernard doesn't seem like the kind of guy who has role models. He just seems like he's just out there in the wild doing whatever he wants. But Bernard picks up on the smallest things in every single rider's technique. He can pick it apart, and he can, if you do something well, or he'll watch Supercross. He's not really watching it necessarily even for the same reason. He's watching where they're braking, or he's obsessed, dude.
Yeah.
It's no accident that he's that quick. He's obsessed.
Yeah. It is strange, that, isn't it? It is when people are that obsessed with something, they can break down perfect. Like if you watch a downhill race with Bren, and 99.9% of the rest of the population are just looking at it going, that was fast, but he can go. Well, he braked there, and he's carrying speed and he's missed that log.
And Bernard is obviously so fast, but he can follow me, and I'll do something different to how he does it, and because he studies it, he'll like think about that, and he'll be like, And he'll, like we talk about, because we're nerds in a lot of ways, especially riding nerds, less bike nerds nowadays, but definitely riding nerds. Like, we'll talk about like techniques and stuff and what you do over that, like through that compression. How did you? Yeah, like even the other day, I followed Bren down a track, and I can't work out how he can keep his wheels on the ground in certain points. You know, we're going the same speed, and he can just keep the wheels on the ground. He brakes at a better point, and like it's just tidy. And we're just talking about why, how can it be that interesting for this long, and still, it's amazing, really, isn't it?
It is, man.
But yeah,
sure.
I think role models and stuff that influences you has a lot of importance. And I think riding, as much as it's like a stupid, silly thing, and at times I feel a bit embarrassed by the obsession. It is like, it is everything, isn't it? It makes you who you are.
Yeah.
Mad.
Definitely. Good topic. You know what I've been enjoying doing recently, is with all the Black Lives Matter, etc. Not, God, here we go. Naive sounding Davey's back, but
you can't talk about it, man.
No, it is difficult. But here's what I have been enjoying doing: going back into the '90s and listening to the music of that generation. And you talk about Michael Jordan made me think about it. Go back and listen to it, the NWA album, for example, and hear like the struggle. And oh man, I watched Straight Outta Compton last night, and that is a fucking good film, isn't it? Like, it's legit, and I have not seen it for years. But going back and listening to all that music has been like so cool. It's music you forget about. Like NWA, are almost, how that's not number one. Fuck the police at the moment. I don't know, but like just going back and listening to all that sort of music that you sort of sometimes just forget about. And I listened to an old Eazy-E album and all that sort of stuff. Super good. If anyone's bored, really throw on some old school hip hop.
I think it's been a weird one lately, hasn't it? Like, racism's obviously, it's brilliant. It's come to light how it has. Yeah. Like, honestly, to me, Elliot Jackson summarised it really well in his post. But just saying that you don't see colour doesn't help the situation, you know. It doesn't, like that really made me think, because if I'm honest, I've spent my entire life like I say, but with all of my role models were like of a certain skin tone. I've never even racism to me is completely insane. Like I've never even
thought about it. It's
understood
not even
it in the slightest way. But equally, that doesn't mean it doesn't go on and it isn't important. Like, just because I don't have an ounce of it in me, doesn't mean that it's not a thing that goes on every fucking day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But let's quickly move on before we say one word wrong, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck
no, right.
me.
Our Walkden 86. Olly, can you add some Odub hats to your merch store?
Yeah, I'd love to add hats. Hats aren't in the options at the minute. I would love to have hats, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would actually. I do like a nice hat.
So me and you work with the same company. It's called T-Mill. They're basically like a fulfillment house, and they're really good. And they have some great. Like, I was really amazed with the quality of all the products.
So it's nice,
really cool.
So cool.
But we don't have the biggest range. We need to get onto T-Mill. So if anyone from T-Mill is listening, I think they're probably not. But please, can we have some hats?
Yeah, hats would be good, man. Yeah, forget posters. We need hats.
Yeah, too right. Yeah, my art dealership's not doing that well, man. It's not paying for any jet skis, dude.
Is it not? It will be. But they go up in value. Just think that. So
art goes up in value. Yes, dude.
Last one. Dan Ackley. What makes the best loam? Pine or ferns?
Ooh,
good one.
Great topic. Man, loam's loam, and it's fantastic. What are your thoughts, Davey? I can bang, dude. I'm feeling a chatty Cathy today. I can bang on about all of these. These subjects are brilliant.
My take on that is we don't have many loamy tracks up by me in the Peak District. We're quite a rocky little bit of land up here, so we don't have loads of loam. The loam tracks we do have are like bracken, I guess you'd call that fern.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have many piney, loamy things up here. There is a little bit. I'm just trying to think. Over Ladybower Way, there's quite a bit up there.
Yeah.
But for me to ride, especially over the last few months, when I've really started riding a lot more than I was, mainly rocks, I'm afraid, up here.
Okay. Yeah, that's not... Yeah. I consider myself quite a loam connoisseur. I'm not a
Yes.
connoisseur of many things, but it's one thing that I really, really like. Like, I think if I lived in a chalky area, I wouldn't really be that into biking. How
Right.
about that?
Fair. Yeah.
I
Really.
really, really love the feeling of like the ground moving. It's the
Yeah.
best. So, pine and redwood. Some of the best trails I've ridden have been pine and redwood, and they've been in Aptos. That's primarily pine and redwood.
California?
Around here, California. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing trails, man. And
Really?
the pine, like it's like so deep. That said, in theory, pine and redwood both coniferous trees? I think they are.
Shall I?
I should really, but I'm on a roll.
Go on,
Around
you go.
here, we're largely deciduous loam, I would say, which means they're like broadleaf and seasonal trees where they dump every year. And
What
I
was
think
the
that's
word?
Really
Pine and redwood, are they what?
conifer house. It's getting, dude, it's tech, loam tech. So I don't have a preference, if I'm honest.
They are both
But
carnivorous.
I was talking about it with someone the other day in search of like the dream trail.
Yep.
And a place that I've been to and not ridden and I would absolutely love to ride is Japan. And I walked down some tracks that were like, so Japan's quite unique. I don't know if this is 100% correct, but a lot of their mountain ranges have deciduous trees quite high up, which is unusual. If you think of the Alps, you don't think of like bloody oak trees.
No, yeah, true.
Yeah, so
they
Japan,
have
on the other hand,
trees up mountains, for in layman's terms.
Yeah, exactly. But coniferous trees are all pine needly kind of vibes, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's really unique in that respect. Often if you watch snowboard videos, you can see if they're in Japan because there'll be all of these cool Japanese trees that look really deciduous. But I want to go back to Japan and ride some of the stuff that the 50-1 lot rode, because I walked down a track on a mountain called Mount Mitsutogi, and I'm not going to do that in a Japanese voice. But it's Mount Mitsutogi, which is next to Mount Fuji, and I walked down like hours of just basically where they've cut down trees at the top and dragged them down. They make these gullies, and these gullies are literally filled with like I don't even know how much loam. Would be underneath there. But it'd be loam on loam on loam, and they're steep and they're just rough.
Yeah.
If you watch like Loose and Craig and that lot, and maybe Sambo.
Yeah, they did an edit from there.
Yeah. And you watch some of those edits, they're fucking, dude, it makes me want to go back so much. I'd love to go there. So hopefully I'll get a trip over there.
What was the sand like?
At some point. Sand. Sand is definitely not very similar to loam. Sand's very difficult to ride.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Such a cool experience.
Yeah,
I always wanted to, just in like a childlike...
But it's not that sort of feeling at all, of deep loam.
No,
Very different.
No. Because loam just behaves in like a way that you can...
Well, I guess loam almost does pack a little bit, so you can make a corner, whereas sand just
I think it is the equivalent of powder.
Yeah.
Powder for snowboarders is loam for bikers, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we got loam around here, but it's much the same as your like bracken loam. It's some of my favourite, and it's got dirt.
Some of the stuff you guys ride looks so much fun.
Yeah, like we don't have clay, so water drains.
Right. Yeah. So you got better all-weather tracks, I guess.
Yeah. Loam is like a soil and leaf mix, isn't it? Substrate.
You ridden up here much? Have you ridden in the Peak District?
No, not much, man.
No,
not much.
Okay. All right.
No.
We'll figure it out.
By no means, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. By no means do I think I live in the best area for loam, but we've got some really nice loam here.
Yeah.
And so to go back to the question, I honestly can't tell. In theory, right, if you're thinking about it, deciduous trees drop more leaves and the leaves are bigger and probably rot quicker. So I reckon they, in my head, scientifically, they should be better. But then I've had some fantastic times on pine trails, especially, like I say, Dogs trails in Aptos all time. So who knows? All seems pretty fun to me.
Yes. If it's loamy, it's fun. Fact.
Exactly, yeah.
Fact.
You just crash and it doesn't hurt as well, so that means you can hit every turn like a crazy person.
I like it.
Basically the opposite to Isle of Man TT.
It is literally the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is the opposite.
It is.
Well, here we are.
What a great episode. We had some fantastic questions.
We did, and it was very reactive too, as I only posted that a couple of hours ago. So thank you to everyone who straight away was straight on it. You know,
you guys the best, man. You guys the best.
Lovely people out there.
I'll be sad to see the Lockdown Companion series end, but we'll move on to better things. And the Freedom Ride is going to be a fantastic full stop to what's been a brilliant series.
It's been a blast, man. So we'll do this one, Freedom, next week. Catch up about Freedom Ride, more details as we probably get them or make them, and then boom, Freedom Ride. It's there.
Can't wait, dude. Right. Well excited. So
right.
Actually, I think now that you're listening to this, the tickets will be available, and Rogate will be. You'll be able to book. It's the 4th of July, and you have to sign up to b1k.com and pay a measly £10 for all the years of work that Sam and the guys have put in.
Yep, £10.
And then we've got Freedom Ride on our hands.
£10, 10 English pounds for a full day's activities.
Boom,
riding,
suckers.
smiling, bowing, everything. It's all there.
Woo.
Excited. All right.
Hell yeah. Can't
Perfect.
wait, dude.
Let's hand over to Zeb then, I guess, shall we?
Yeah, let's, dude. What an episode, man.
Hand over to Zeb.
See, we don't need these fucking guests. We don't need Daniel Ricciardo on here.
No, we don't.
That said,
but
if you're listening, Daniel.
You need cooling, baby, I'm now fooling. I'm gonna say, back to school. Way down the side, honey, you didn't need. I'm gonna give him my love. I'm gonna give him my love. Shake for me, girl. I wanna be your back.